That's some Jefferson thought, only because he knew about it. Remember the Federalist and Anti-Federalist papers? That's right. You guys should read more Constitution. You'll get some of this stuff. Okay, so anyway, what do you know about derivatives? Is $400 trillion a lot? Do you follow the money? Can you follow the money? If you did, you'd find out that, who is it? J.P. Morgan. I've heard of that bank, like Goldman Sachs. Yeah, I remember when they did the TARP and the banker bailout. Didn't they change to bank holding companies? Yeah, because if they were banks, they'd have to fall into banking regulations. Boy, and it was our representative, Barney Frank, who helped get rid of Glass-Steagall, right? Yeah, Glass-Steagall, the one that says investment banks can't be commercial banks and work in between. Chinese wall, separation, yeah, in my dreams. Why would that be important for you? Why would that be important now? Why would $400 trillion of derivatives be important? Are there $400 trillion in existence? There's a question for you. And what's going to happen when those phony dollars come back? What is hyperinflation? What does it mean to you? What will it mean for your family? These are all good questions now that we're bailing out banks. Not Main Street, but Wall Street. They get record bonuses, but do the people here in Sharon Main Street get record bonuses? Are more than 41 million people on food assistance programs? I wonder. So, what do you want for your children? Is this the type of economic stuff you want for your children? Or would you rather have a free republic, like our forefathers intended? So anyway, here's a little piece for you. This is from The Obama Deception, a great movie. I highly recommend it, The Obama Deception. You can watch it online. But here's a quick little 7-minute clip, just so you know about the people that are in the cabinet, because you thought you were getting change, right? Here's some of your change.
Within hours of being elected, Obama did a 180 and filled the White House and federal government with lobbyists and donors at all levels. Obama picked William Lynn, the top lobbyist for Raytheon, to fill the #2 position at the Department of Defense. Timothy Geithner, former president of the private Federal Reserve Bank of New York, was picked by Obama to be Secretary of the Treasury. Geithner promptly crammed the Treasury Department full of lobbyists, like his chief of staff, Mark Patterson, formerly the top lobbyist at Goldman Sachs. Obama appointed top lobbyist to the Saudi royal family, George Mitchell, as the lead Middle Eastern envoy. Obama appointed the king of Wall Street lobbyists, Leon Panetta, to head up the CIA. Obama tapped Tom Daschle, top lobbyist for healthcare firms, to run the Department of Health and Human Services, and the list goes on and on. Then, 3 weeks into his administration, Obama launched a new lie, more outrageous than the previous. With Academy Award-level conviction, he said that he was upset about the banker bailout, which his own chief of staff, Rahm Emanuel, another former Wall Street executive, had engineered. Obama said that he had signed an executive order capping the CEO salaries of those who had taken the bailout money. There was just 2 problems. All the major banks and brokerage firms were exempt, and the new order only dealt with any future bailouts. And those were to be on the honor system.
What gets people upset, and rightfully so, are executives being rewarded for failure.
AIG, Bank of America, and Citigroup, which have received billions in bailout money, don't fall under this plan. Only banks negotiating future agreements with the government will be restricted. But this appears to be built on an honor system, and White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs had a hard time explaining how enforcement would work.
Well, let me get, I will get clarification from Treasury on that.
Generally speaking, this is already the biggest liar and the biggest disappointment that we've seen in recent history. And again, qualitatively beyond the rather low standards set by Bush the Elder and Clinton in terms of delivering on promises.
Bottom line, Obama is a fantastic actor and an even better liar. His track record is clear. He has done the opposite of everything he told the people he would do.
Boy, those are the same members in the Council on Foreign Relations that Bush had in, huh? Gates, the same Secretary of Defense. Gee, Obama's continuing the wars. He's telling you he's stopping them. But that's as funny as Bush landing on the carrier saying mission accomplished, where your new guy, Barry Soetoro, as known as Barack Hussein Obama, he tells you we've stopped all combat stuff. Oh yeah, just like Bush, mission accomplished. The combat operation has stopped. All right, I want to get into something. This is so you know. Have you ever heard of a Professor Carroll Quigley? I want to read some quotes. Carroll Quigley was a Georgetown University professor. He was Bill Clinton's mentor, per Bill Clinton, okay? And he was allowed to research the CIA and the CFR inside, to get inside by them. And here's some quotes I want you to consider. Here we go. This is from his book, Tragedy and Hope, which you can get. The argument that the two parties should represent opposed views and policies, one perhaps of the right and the other of the left, is a foolish idea, acceptable only to doctrinate the academic thinkers. Instead, the two parties should be almost identical so that the American people can throw the bums out. Aren't you hearing that now? They can throw the bums out, throw those rascals out at any election without leading to any profound or extensive shifts in policy. Once again, Carroll Quigley, a Georgetown professor who wrote in Tragedy and Hope. Here's another good one for you, just so you know who you're dealing with in this fictional reserve system, okay? The powers of financial capitalism have another far-reaching aim. Nothing less than to create a world system of financial control in private hands, able to dominate the political system of each country and the economy of the world as a whole. Have you seen all these people talking globalist, this is our new world order thing? This system was to be controlled by, in a feudalist fashion, by the central banks of the world acting in concert by secret agreements arrived at in frequent private meetings and conferences. My. Can we say Bilderberg? Can you say Bilderberg? So here's the last one for you. This is all Carroll Quigley, Georgetown professor, Bill Clinton's mentor. There does exist, and has existed for generations, an international Anglophile network which operates to some extent in the way the radical right believes the Communist Act. In fact, this network, which may identify as roundtable groups, has no aversion to cooperating with communists or any other groups, and frequently does so. I know of the operations of this network because I have studied it for 20 years. Carroll Quigley once again, okay, and was permitted for 2 years in the early 1960s to examine its papers and secret records. I have no aversion to it or most of its instruments. I have objected, both in the past and recently, to a few of its policies, but in general my chief difference of opinion is that it wishes to remain unknown, and I believe its role in history is significant enough to be known. Once again, that was page 950. So you got to learn a little bit about Carroll Quigley. I should give you the other pages for the quotes. The first quote I gave you was, let's see, yeah, this is all Tragedy and Hope, 1966, Carroll Quigley. Homework, that's right. I got homework for you. For you viewers, you local Sharon viewers, go to the Sharon Public Library, get a movie called America, Freedom to Fascism by Aaron Russo. Okay, there's your homework. Watch Freedom to Fascism and think, once again, why these globalist banksters, what makes you think they don't want to control the game? Yeah, they created the Federal Reserve for bankers by bankers. Why don't you look up The Creature from Jekyll Island? That might be a good read for you viewers, for you who like to read, because there are a few viewers, I believe, who still like to read. So with that in mind, I thank you for watching The Real Story. God bless this republic, save the republic, end the Fed, down with the New World Order.